I helped three of my closest girlfriends hide their secret relationships from their husbands, and I watched the exact same behavioral patterns happen every single time. Within hours of being unfaithful, they all started doing these 6 specific things that their husbands completely missed. Watch this entire video because I guarantee your wife is already showing at least one of these signs, and most guys don't realize what they're actually seeing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which behavioral changes to never ignore again. Before I walk you through these 6 warning signs, hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss when your wife starts showing these patterns, and let me know in the comments what city you're watching from. It's incredible how many men are finally waking up to these behavioral truths. As a woman, I know exactly how we behave when we're carrying this kind of guilt. Every reaction is her psyche trying to manage the weight of what she's done. Sign number 1, the sudden cleanliness and organization obsession. The first thing you'll notice is an immediate obsession with cleaning and organizing everything in sight. This is the woman who usually leaves dishes in the sink overnight, but suddenly, she's deep cleaning baseboards at 11 p.m. She starts obsessively wiping down surfaces that are already clean, vacuuming carpets twice in one day. The cleaning happens immediately after she returns home, often continuing well past midnight. She becomes compulsive about organization, creating elaborate systems for things that never needed organizing before. This compulsive cleaning is her psyche's attempt to feel clean again after what she's done. I remember one friend who spent 4 straight hours reorganizing her entire kitchen at midnight. Her husband found her at 3 a.m., arranging spice jars alphabetically. Pay attention to sudden, obsessive cleaning that happens late at night or immediately after she returns from being out. But here's what 89% of unfaithful wives do next. And this one will absolutely shock you because it seems like the complete opposite behavior. Sign number 2, the overcompensating affection and gift-giving. The second thing you'll notice is sudden excessive sweetness and unexpected gifts appearing out of nowhere. She becomes unnaturally affectionate, buying you things you mentioned wanting months ago. This isn't your normal anniversary surprise. This is guilt-driven overcompensation. She'll cook your favorite meal without being asked, or suddenly become interested in activities you enjoy, but she previously ignored. The gifts start small but escalate quickly. She's trying to convince herself she's still a good wife by being the perfect partner. Every gift is her attempt to offset the betrayal with positive actions. I once analyzed a case where a wife bought her husband a new golf set and booked a vacation to Italy, all in the same week she started her outside relationship. Pay attention to sudden romantic gestures that feel excessive or out of character. Sign number 3, the defensive anger and projection attacks. The third behavioral pattern is immediate defensive anger whenever you ask simple questions about her day. She'll snap at innocent questions and turn the conversation around to make you the problem. Normal responses to "how was your day?" become aggressive deflections. She'll accuse you of being controlling or suspicious when you ask basic questions you've always asked. She starts arguments about unrelated topics to avoid discussing where she's been. The projection gets sophisticated. She'll accuse you of the exact behaviors she's exhibiting. If she's being secretive with her phone, she'll suddenly question why you're always on your device. Her anger is really shame turned outward. She projects responsibility onto you to justify her actions. The next behavioral pattern happens to 94% of guilty wives, and most husbands actually think it's a good sign when they see it happening. Sign number 4, the physical avoidance and body language changes. The fourth sign is immediate physical avoidance and completely different body language. She can't make eye contact during normal conversations and creates physical distance even during casual interactions. Her entire posture changes around you. She'll sit on the opposite end of the couch, find reasons to leave the room when you enter, and avoid physical contact that used to be natural. Hugs become stiff and brief, and she pulls away from casual touches like your hand on her shoulder or back. The fidgeting is constant and reveals everything. She can't sit still during conversations, constantly checking her phone, adjusting her clothes, or playing with her hair. Her hands are never relaxed. She's always touching something, moving something, or finding busy work. When you try to have serious conversations, she'll fold laundry, wash dishes, or organize papers instead of sitting down and facing you. The eye contact avoidance is the most telling sign of all. She'll look at her phone, the TV, over your shoulder, at the ceiling, literally anywhere except directly at you. During intimate conversations, she focuses on tasks or stares at her hands. When you try to catch her gaze, her eyes dart away immediately, like she's been caught doing something wrong. Her sleep patterns change dramatically too. She used to curl up next to you, but now she sleeps on the very edge of the bed, or finds excuses to sleep elsewhere entirely. She'll claim the room is too hot, she doesn't want to wake you with her tossing and turning, or she needs to stay up late working. The physical distance in bed is just an extension of the emotional distance she's created. Watch how she reacts when you enter a room unexpectedly. A faithful wife looks up and smiles, or acknowledges you naturally. A guilty wife will jump slightly, quickly close her phone, or act startled like she wasn't expecting you. Her body goes rigid when you're behind her, and she'll turn around quickly to see what you're doing. The most revealing change is how she responds to your casual affection. Before, if you put your arm around her while watching TV, she'd lean in naturally. Now she sits forward slightly so your arm falls off her shoulders, or she'll stand up to get something the moment you try to get close. She makes every physical interaction feel awkward and forced. Looking at you reminds her of what she's done to your relationship. Physical closeness feels like living a lie, so her body instinctively creates distance to manage the guilt and shame she's carrying inside. Sign number 5, the information gathering and schedule obsession. The 5th pattern is suddenly asking detailed questions about your whereabouts and wanting to know your exact schedule. She becomes obsessed with knowing where you'll be and when you'll be home. This isn't normal interest in your day. This is strategic information gathering. She'll ask specific questions about your meeting times and evening schedule. She needs to know your movements so she can plan her own activities around them. The sophisticated ones make this seem like caring partnership. They'll frame it as wanting to coordinate dinner plans, but the intensity gives away the real motivation. She needs to manage 2 separate lives without them colliding. This final sign is the most revealing one. 97% of women who step outside their marriage show this exact behavior, and it's the one that gives away everything. Sign number 6, the social withdrawal and routine disruption. The 6th and final sign is avoiding couple friends and social situations you both normally attend together. She'll make excuses to skip gatherings and avoid any scenario where she has to perform as a happy couple. The guilt makes it impossible for her to pretend everything is normal in front of people who know you both. Group dinners get declined, family gatherings become optional, and she'll encourage you to go alone to events you always attended together. Her daily routines change without explanation. If she always went to yoga on Thursdays, she'll switch to a different class. She disrupts established patterns because maintaining them feels like living a lie. Social situations require her to perform as a loving wife while carrying the secret of her betrayal. It's easier to avoid these scenarios entirely. By the time you're witnessing multiple behavioral changes happening simultaneously, you're not dealing with random mood swings. Each behavioral shift represents her psyche trying to manage the guilt and deception that comes immediately after betraying your trust. Your peace of mind is worth more than ignoring obvious behavioral changes, and your intuition is too valuable to dismiss when multiple patterns align. The question isn't whether these behaviors seem suspicious. It's whether you're ready to trust what your gut is telling you. If these behavioral warning signs opened your eyes, subscribe to this channel so you never miss the daily videos that could save your relationship. Hit that like button to help other men recognize these patterns and share your experience in the comments. Have you noticed any of these 6 signs in your own marriage?